Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I'm Gülər Hətamova. On November 15, President of Azerbaijan, İlham and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva attended the opening of the AzTV branch of the DOST Center for Inclusive Development and Creativity of the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection of Population in Ismaili.
The main goal of the DOST Center for Inclusive Development and Creativity, which was established at the initiative of First Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva and commissioned in October of 2021, is to develop creative potential of the martyrs' family members, persons with war-related disabilities and their children, orphans and children deprived of parental care, low-income families and talented people with disabilities. Minister of Labor and Social Protection of Population Sahil Babayev informed the head of state that the commissioned AzTV branch is made of 2 blocks in a single-story building. The exhibition and sales center will feature and sell handicrafts made by the beneficiaries. About 150 handicrafts made in the center in pottery, artistic carving, carpet making, stained glass and painting art are presented here. Handicraft samples made by people with disabilities and other sensitive groups living in the district and involved in the AzTV will be displayed and sold here. The exhibition and sales center also serves to promote our national culture examples. AzTV will feature 6 workshops in 10 trades, namely on pottery, artistic carving, coppersmithing, jewelry, carpet weaving, artistic embroidery, weaving, tailoring, production of kelaghi, flour and confectionery products. In addition to playing the role of a training base for relevant vocational training courses, the center will also support the implementation of self-employment projects. The Dost Evi branch opened in Ismaili district will support the creation of new jobs in the region, including the increase of employment and income opportunities for people with disabilities and other vulnerable groups, the development and promotion of national crafts, the increase of tourism opportunities in the region, the sale of environmentally friendly products, and quality of catering services. Public catering services will be organized by involving people with disabilities in the inclusive cafe area. At the same time, it is planned to select beneficiaries, trainers, and other employees from persons with disabilities and other vulnerable categories. It should be noted that 470 beneficiaries of the Dost Center for Inclusive Development and Creativity have benefited from training, social pedagogic and psychological services in various creative directions. Currently, the center serves 186 people.
First Lady of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, addressed the participants of the One Heard for Palestine meeting of the First Ladies in Istanbul on November 15.
Hörmətli Əminə xanım, hörmətli toplantı iştirakçıları.
Dear Mrs. Erdogan, dear meeting participants, first of all, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the First Lady of the Republic of Turkey, Honorable Emin Erdogan, for her invitation to participate in this event. I would like to specifically note and highly appreciate Mrs. Erdogan's activities in the humanitarian and social fields, including her contribution to the provision of assistance to civilians, women and children suffering from military conflicts. The Republic of Turkey, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year, is a powerful state that has made important achievements in all fields and enjoys a great reputation in the international world. Brotherly Turkey always stands by peace and justice and makes an important contribution to ensuring stability and security in the region and the world. The Azerbaijan-Turkey brotherhood and unity are at their highest level today. Dear meeting participants, it is causing a serious concern that the scale of tensions in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict zone is growing by the day, causing an enormous human tragedy. Each of us is deeply moved by the unbearable human suffering we're watching with a heartache. It is very sad that civilians, especially women and children, are the ones who suffer the most from this armed conflict. It is necessary to observe international humanitarian law during military operations. I offer my condolences to the relatives of the deceased and wish the injured a speedy recovery. Azerbaijan supports calls for an immediate cessation of hostilities and voted in favor of a resolution adopted by the UN General Assembly in October regarding the latest tensions. Our country supports the Israeli-Palestinian conflict based on the two-state solution in accordance with international law and relevant UN resolutions. Since 2019, during our chairmanship of the non-aligned movement, we have constantly paid attention to the issue of Palestine. I believe that the opening of the representative office of our country in the state of Ramallah this year will stimulate the development of Azerbaijan-Palestine relations. Over the past 10 years, our country has repeatedly provided humanitarian and financial assistance through the UN Middle East Agency for Relief and Affairs to Palestinian refugees. At the same time, Azerbaijan has hosted a number of international events to attract political and financial support to Palestine. Among them, I would like to mention the founding conference of the Islamic Financial Security Network to help the state of Palestine and the donor conference to support the development of the state of Jerusalem. Palestinian youths are receiving higher education in our country on the basis of scholarships provided by the state of Azerbaijan. The school to be built by Azerbaijan and Palestine will be another manifestation of our support of the Palestinian people. The current crisis facing international institutions with broad powers is preventing the resolution of important issues. This deep-rooted crisis is another topic of discussion. I would like to note that the failure to resolve military conflicts in modern times is largely due to the selective application of international law. Double standards and bias make this crisis worse. False stories are circulated by biased media platforms to mislead public opinion and manipulate international law. Even more dangerous are cases of abuse of moral values for the purpose of manipulation. As a result of 30 years of Armenia's aggression against Azerbaijan, our territories were occupied, nearly 1 million of our compatriots were displaced from their ancestral homes, more than 300 cities and villages were destroyed, and our religious and cultural heritage was destroyed. 65 out of 67 mosques in our occupied lands were destroyed. I would like to note with regret that the 4 resolutions adopted by the UN Security Council in 1993 remain on paper for 27 years. In 2020, Azerbaijan freed its lands from occupation in the 40-day padded war. In September this year, by carrying out an anti-terror operation, we completely restored our sovereignty by ending the existence of the remnants of the Armenian armed forces and separatism. At the end of my address, I would like to emphasize that even in the most difficult moments, humanity should not lose its sense of compassion. Therefore, I once again express my deep gratitude to Mrs. Erdogan for organizing this important event.
Azerbaijan's report was considered by the UN Human Rights Council, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reported. The Azerbaijani delegation also participated at the 44th session of the Working Group on the Universal Periodic Review. Member states highly appreciated the reforms carried out in Azerbaijan in the field of human rights. The important role of Azerbaijan's model of multiculturalism, promotion of intercultural and interreligious dialogue was emphasized. The active chairmanship of our country in the non-aligned movement has been welcomed. The voluntary, safe and dignified return of IDPs to our occupied territories, the large-scale reconstruction and rehabilitation works carried out in these territories, the reconstruction of destroyed settlements in accordance with the concepts of smart city and smart village were also highly appreciated. You can get in touch with us by contacting AzTV hotline number 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you encounter as well as share your suggestions and remarks. You can also contact us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.